All right, we are in the Go Long tournament. I'm in my odd account. I'm gonna test out some of my yesterday. Well, like every day, I couldn't hit perfect, so we'll test out some of the. I went back and watched the video, so now we'll test out and see what my adjustments are. If they're right, we will see. Let's see what we got here. We got the Go Long tournament, and we have nothing but par fives and tailwind. And I am trying to get out here as far as I possibly can. I'm doing that rough bump. If I can get out there far enough, you can get the rough bump with your Goliath. It has enough topspin to get up. Otherwise, you're in wood. And I believe a sniper has enough, but you got to get deep enough so that you can get way out here on the tip if you're using your sniper. And because of how this rolls around right here, it rolls like this, and here's the fairway and here's the rough. It's better if you have a 3 side spin ball so that you can get a little bit deeper into the rough and not have to ride right along the edge. So I'm going to take a Kingmaker. At least that's the plan. We will see. All right, of course, as soon as I start, my wife calls me. There we go. There we have it. Hole number one. What is hole number one? All right. I remember. Let's make sure I take the right bag. I want to make sure I have a Goliath in there, just in case I can get down to that range. And here we go. And in this situation, it's a max overpower shot, and I want to put the wind back in. If you have an APOC that has all of its distance, it works out a little bit better. But your extra mile gives you that little bit of. If you don't have a level 7 APOC where you've got the extra topspin, that little bit of topspin that the extra mile gives you is better. You kind of need both here. Or you want both. You don't necessarily need both. The extra distance is good though. If you're going to hit from that side over there and you're not going to do overpower, a big topper might be a better deal. Very nice. Very nice. Yay. Perfect. Perfect, my friend. Right where you wanted to be. Okay, take the wind out. It's about a ring and a half. I'm going to push the forward distance back on. Get a 1 ring grate to the right. That shouldn't kill me. That should be nice. Very nice. Now I made this yesterday and I did +0 to the cup. And I was in my Goliath at Max Club. So we'll see if I can replicate that. And the shot wants to, if I remember correctly, the shot, you're like, here's the cup, you're not going straight at it. It wants to curl right at the very end. You can see how theirs is doing. Or it wants to drop into the hole. And it is best to leave it just a little bit short, because it does roll out. Let's see if they do 2.1. They did like 4. So that should be, they should end up, if they hit it perfect, they should end up on the right. they overpulled it. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see if that plays true. It does. And they were a little short. My Goliath, there's Max Club. .7 divided by 1.8 is 1.5 rings. Here's 1.5. In a dead center perfect. The hole. Look at that. In the hole. Albatross. All right, that's the only one I made yesterday. Let's see if I can hit. Part of the deal is every shot I hit perfect yesterday, I like overpulled it by like plus 0.1. And the ones that I really felt like I had, or I was in a really good spot, I didn't hit perfect. So let's see if we can have a better round today. Hole number 2. Hole number 2. All right, I was in a really good spot here, and I wish that I'd hit this perfect yesterday. I'm pretty sure it's like minus 10 of the cup, but if I can get out into this spot, I got a really good shot. And I'm taking a thorn. Let's see what I got here. I think that should be enough. What I'm looking for here is the extra, just that raw power. I don't need the topspin as much as I need the raw power. And I'm going to use a Titan. The king of balls. That's right. You heard it right here. I can't remember if I have to do overpower on this or not. Maybe. Maybe. If I can get an opponent. If the trophy hunters here we go. Here we go. Yeah. Yup. Definitely have to do overpower. .9 divided by 1.5. 2.6 rings. I got to remember which account I'm in, because my 77 account, it's 1.2. Here it's 2.6. It's 1.5 per ring instead of 1.2. That was a good solid ring to the left, possibly. 2. Whoa down, Cat Daddy. Whoa down, Cat Daddy. Whoa. Whoa. There is a rough bump that you can do from this side, and I'm actually at the right angle to do the rough bump. And I'm not sure if my thorn has enough to get me there, but maybe. 0.9 times whatever the wind is. And I'm not sure that's right. It's probably one of those things where it's like it's 10% off plus 0.1 or some weird micro adjustment. There's min. There's max. So there's mid. Four divided by 2.3. is 1.56 rings. If I get set up in the right spot. I'm going to do just the 1.5. Oh! Can I not hit a perfect or what? Is this the story of my deal? My timing is shit. I could blame it on the fact that I haven't played much over the last 6 weeks, but I don't know that that's made any difference. My timing used to be really good until they came out with that center ring on the ball guide, because it ain't right. I like the center ring on our ring set, so when you're here and here's the dead center and we've got a mid, so that we can split the difference and we know right where 5's at. But on the, when we're going back and forth and we're trying to take our shot, that little center ring is jacked up, because if this is perfect and you draw a line through the middle of it, and this distance from here to here is the same as it is on this ring, so this distance is the same, and then the next ring's bigger. So we have perfect, and then we have a 1 ring great to the left or the right, and then is anything in this area a 2 ring, because this is the same width as the perfect and a 1 ring great to the right. So if they wanted to make the center, the bullseye, smaller for the perfect, fine, but make the distance for all the rest of the rings symmetrical so that it's right and not double up the width, because my eye gets caught on it. I don't like the non-symmetry of it. Alright, hole number 3. Hole number 3. This is the only hole yesterday I ended up in the rough on the drive. And I brought out a bigger ball, and I really didn't need to. I brought out a power 5 ball, and I ended up in the rough right up in this area. And I'm going to bring out a power 3 ball today, since we got tailwind all day, and I'm going to try and rough bump it through this area and try and get right into there. And then go at it with my sniper. There is a shot, if I remember correctly, there is a shot here if you bring out, you know, if you've got a big hitting, a wood that's got a lot of top spin, that there is a rough bump that you can do here. But if you look on the other side of where that rough bump is, you see all these bumps. So it's going like this through the thing, and so your ball guide's coming along, and it's going along, and then it hits this, and your ball guide can't keep up with it. And so you get this where your ball guide's here, and the next, and you move it forward just a little bit, and your ball guide's up here, and then you move it forward just a little bit more, and your ball guide's back here, and your ball guide keeps appearing and disappearing and appearing and disappearing, and that's not a good area to hit through on a rough bump. And it's a long ways. So I'm just going to go for it. What am I going to take here? Extra Mile Titan, the king of balls. That's right, Titan. I think that'll work. That will. And take the side wind out and put the forward moving wind back in. It's about a ring and a half. Got a ring and a half. Put the forward wind back in. And 70 rings great to the right later. We'll see if we can get out of the rough. I doubt it. I think I'm going to end up in that sand. Now yesterday I was able to recover because I was on the other side. Now I'm going to be in a spot of bother. I think I can still recover from there though. I think. I'm not going to make any promises. That's why I brought out a bigger ball yesterday, so I could make sure that I made it over. I think I can recover from here though. I think I can. I think I can. Maybe. No, that's not hopeful. That's Graham. That's Graham. Graham. See if the wind had pushed me up into that area where I can hit the fairway. Do I have enough? No, not enough. Not enough curl to get me over. Arrgh. I gave it the college try there. Now I got to recover. Let's hope my opponent makes it. This is where it cracks me up when people are like spamming you when you're out here doing the thing and you're like, you got a shot to make it on. Why wouldn't you want your opponent to make it? Odds are you're not in the same bracket, so why wouldn't you want your opponent to make it? When the game first came out, you'd get in if you started playing right after you got into a bracket. There was a good chance you were going to play against a bunch of people in your bracket, but I don't think that's the way it is now. And that's, people always crack me up and they're like, well, yeah, you're out there playing with a APOC 6 and look at your opponent, they only got an APOC 5 or 6. Who you're playing out on the course and who you're playing in your bracket are two totally different things. If you haven't figured that out by now, then, come on. Come on. That was way off. I picked one up and then I dropped one. Look at that. This is why you have a practice account, so you can go out there and do it. But it does help if you have your practice account if you actually hit perfect. And from the bracket I was in yesterday, I'm not sure if any 18s made it. There might have been a few. Maybe. But I think you had to have a 19 in order to qualify. You had to pick up at least one. What kind of crap is that? That's Ricky shit right there. Alright. I'm going this direction to try and get out in here and take the shot to the cup, and I'm going to do -10 to the cup. What hole is this? I'm going to do -10 -0.1. If I can get out to the right area. Extra mile. And I'm going to bring a Kingmaker just because depending on where I end up out there, the side spin could come into play. Not as much on the drive, but definitely on the second shot. Depending on what angle you are to the cup, you may have to do the rough bump and which way the wind's blowing. You got a little bit of maneuverability there. And so the way the wind's blowing right here, where it's down there in the sand, it comes around like this, and so the way the wind's blowing, if you could get into this area, then you could work the wind out without involving the sand. But if you want to be in the front, then you're going to have to involve the sand. Perfect. 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 It works, bro. That angle right there, if you want to do the rough bump in the front, you really need side spin. 1.9. I'm gonna do 1.4 rings. Hitting it perfect. It carries a mile down in that hole. If you get all the way to that sand and you have a Goliath, you can get into your long iron range. And if you have a big ball. But I should be in sniper range here. I might be in grizzly range, maybe. So it's 0.9 times the wind minus 0.1 times the wind divided by wherever I'm at in my club. Close. Let's see if we can hit this perfect. Come on. And I was in the same shit yesterday. I was in between clubs. Right at max. .1 divided by 9 by 0.9. It's 2 rings. Dose. Count them. Getting it perfect. Just a bit outside, and I still overpulled it. And I took 10% off plus minus 0.1. Now let's see what I would have did. I did it at max club and I played it at 0.9 per ring. If I had played it at 1 per ring, it would have been 1.79, 1.8, and that probably would have been just right. So I'm going to make a note here. Made a note to play my grizzly if I play it at max, to play it at 1 per ring instead of 0.9. With a 3 Powerball, I think the book says you're supposed to play it at 1 per ring, but it seems like when I do that, I'm always a little bit off, so I play the 0.9 quite a bit. And I play it at 1 per ring at mid. Good note to have. Play hole number 5. What is hole number 5? All right. What do I got for number 5? This is another one of those ones where I'm minus 10, minus 0.1. Extra mile, Titan. Extra mile, Titan. Now I was playing this yesterday with my APOC and I did like 6.5 topspin. So I think with the extra mile it's going to have to be more. And I don't like that. I don't like that because I want to put on a little bit of curl and get it to come into the pocket up here in the front. And if you're up here by the sand, you really don't. The ball's heading off to the left and there's not really any way to correct that. And if you overshoot this and you have a Nirvana, you can recover. But if you don't have a Nirvana, you might struggle just a bit. Do one less than max. .8. Fat on 10%, that's about 2 rings. That's 4.2. I'm going to lean just a little. Isn't it perfect? El Perfecto. All right. I think this is another one of those holes that you're almost in between. No, I think I should solidly be in my sniper. The last hole would be good to have a topspin boost ball. You could really try and get some distance out there, especially if it had a little bit more side spin on it. See if my opponent was 1 ring into the rough. Some of them it's better. You gotta, if you're getting like an irregular bouncer, it's not responding like you want. Sometimes if you're 1 ring in, or if you're 2 rings in, or if you're 3 rings in, it responds different. And if I remember correctly, this one was a 2 ring in. There's min, there's max, there's mid, and I'm eking min. .5 divided by 1.263. Now let's move the ball guide, not the course. Isn't it perfect? Man, I thought I hit that great. Woo! In the hole, and I split the difference. It's 1.1 at mid and it's 1.2 at min, and I played it at 1.15 because I was kind of right in the middle, and I did 0.9 times the wind, which is 3.5 divided by 1.15 minus 0.1. In the hole. In the hole. I was going to say something while I was doing it, but I knew I was running short on time. All right. I would have made 2 if I hadn't dropped 1. Hole number 6. What is hole number 6? My notes say extra mile, power 5, or topspin boost ball, max overpower, thorn, plus 0, round up. That would be nice to have a topspin boost ball to get all the way up into the zone. I played this with a 6-power topspin boost ball yesterday and got way up there. Had a nice shot with my thorn to the cup, but I do not think I have any of those types of balls in this account. Let's go topspin. Do I have any topspin boost balls? I have a few, but I'm not really sure if I want to use any of those. I don't have a lot of inventory on that, so I'm just going to hit it with a Kingmaker. How about that? I think a big power ball is helpful. Let's hit it with a berserker. Can't go wrong with a berserker. Well, you can, but maybe. Brawn from the Elm Woods Finest. Welcome to the channel. .46. It's about 2.5 rings. I'll put the forward distance back on. On just a titch of curl. And 1 ring great to the right. That 1 ring great to the right shouldn't kill me. Unless I go too far. Close. Close. Alright, I should be in my thorn, and I have no idea where I'm going to be in my thorn. I'm going to do +0 and round it up. I didn't hit this one perfect yesterday, but it looked like if I'd have hit it perfect, I would have needed to pull it just a titch. We will see. I got my thorn numbers here. I am ready to roll. Here's min. There's max. So I'm about mid. There's min. I'm eking mid. It's 2.3 per ring at mid. Let's go right at the flagpole. 3.8 divided by 2.3 is 1.65. I'm going to do 1/7. There's 1/7. Hitting it perfect. Woo! In the hole. And almost overpulled it right there. I still was on the right hand side of the flagpole, so maybe I didn't need to round it up. It's hard when you have the 1.65 and you're like, do I move 1.6 or do I do 1.7? And you try and do the 1.65, you're almost always wrong, because like it's so hard to do like an in-between like that. It's better to just do the 1.6 or the 1.7. In the hole. All right, let's see if we can get a bunch here and just pick up for what you can't make up what you drop, but at least redeem myself. Hole number 7. I have some hazelnut trees in my backyard, and I do not pick the nuts on them. I let the squirrels pick them, and they're out picking hazelnuts right now, and my dog is like freaking out. All right, I am going to go for this. I'm going to go for it up here to try and get onto this side right here. You can really only do this you can do it in Rookie and Expert. I'm not sure if you can do it in Masters. They have such big winds that you might be able to, but in Pro I don't think you can do it. I don't think the winds are high enough from the second tees in Pro to get the bounce out here so that you can make it over. And you really need a tailwind. And a toss and boost ball helps, and you can get on the green if you hit it right. I really hate wasting all my Power 5 balls doing this shit, but here we go. Why not? Well, let's see. Do I have any Power 5 balls that I only have like a little that I want to get rid of? Weed out the inventory. I do have some of these, but I wouldn't mind saving those for the weekend round. Yeah, there we go. That is the bag. That is the bag. I have no clue what to do on the second shot because yesterday I ended up over there, but I ended up in the rough. I almost made it through to the green side, but I hit a 2-ring grate to the left and ended up in the rough on the left-hand side. Man, I don't know if that wind's high enough to get me over there. Maybe. Maybe. That's not bad. That's not bad. That'll be a good shot from there. And I have no clue what to do. I know if you're hitting from over here on this side and you're in long iron, it is +10, +0.1. I'm not sure if up here in short iron if we got the same kind of thing going, but it does look, elevation is a real thing, but you can be on different holes and you're the same drop, and one's +10 and one's +30. And some of the new pin placements on some of the greens are +60. There's man. There's max. There's mid. And I'm eking min. Do I have enough to do a rough bump? Hell no. Hell no. There's mid. What if I did a backspin shot on this? I'd have more luck. At mid club, 4.2 divided by 2.3. It's 1.82. 1.1 times, or 2. I'm going to do 1.9. I'm going to split the difference. Oh, damn it. Damn it, Jim. I'm only a golfer. Be nice if I could hit shit perfect. Half the time. Even half the time would be awesome. I still think that would have missed though. I don't think I pulled it enough. It would have been 2.1 if I'd have did 10% plus 0.1. I'd have been plus 0.2 more than I did. And where I was at, I think I needed it. So I'm going to make a note here. So if I end up in that spot again, it's plus 10, plus 0.1. And we'll see if that works. In the hole. Alright, hole number 8. Hole number 8, I can't remember what it is, but I do have some notes here. Extra mile kingmaker or a topspin boost ball. Plus 0.1 to the cup. 0 plus 0.1. That's what I'm trying. If I can get to the right spot. Hole number 8. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. This is definitely okay. So yesterday I was out here. I had a 3 power ball and I was at Max Club with an APOC, 5 rings off, and I hit a 1 ring grate to the right. And if I would have hit it perfect, I might have over curled that. I probably should have been 6 rings off down here at Max Club with Max Curl. With an extra mile, I don't have as much curl, so I'm going to have to pinch up a little bit more in order to get my ball rolling down. But with a topspin boost ball, you could get all the way down there. It'd be nice. Nice. There is, I think this is the original pin placement, and there is a rough bump underneath of this tree that you can do. My buddy Dunner, he loves that shot underneath the tree, but it is tricky to set it up, and you got to be in the right spot out here in order to get it done. I like playing over here, me personally. Let's play this with a Kingmaker. Side spin could help. What do I got here? Let's do the 6 power. How did I end up with 89 of these balls? Let's do that. I'm not sure how I ended up with 89 of those balls. Unless somebody logged into my account and bought something for me. Which has been known to happen. Trusting soul that I am. My opponent has an APOC 8. So for all of you going, hey, you play rookie with an APOC 7. I run into people that play with rookie with bigger clubs than me all the time. And I've never been beat by bigger clubs. Now I will say I have been beat by better balls. Especially playing one-on-one and you're out there playing with a Marlin and somebody brings out a big ball. It can really benefit them. That didn't seem like I would have pulled that all the way forward with that APOC because it has so much curl. I would have pulled it as far forward as I can, and I would have curled the hell out of it. It's going to push me forward that way about a ring. So I'm going to put just a little bit of curl on it to compensate for that and no overpower. And I'm going to hit it great to the right. Just for good luck. Plus 0.1 to the cup, and I'm not going to be... Where am I going to be? I might be in wood. No, I'm going to be in long iron. If my opponent's in short iron, I'll be in long iron. Let's see if my opponent can get in the hole. Let's see what they do. They got a thorn. They moved. I don't know how much they moved. It looked like 2 rings. Perfect. Just a bit outside. There's man. There's max. So I'm at max club. There's min. There's mid. I'm eking max. I'm gonna play it at mid. It's 1 per ring. .5 plus 0.1, 2.6 rings. Perfect. Just. That was an overpull. Over pull. If I was playing at mid, 2.6 divided by 1.1 plus 0.1, 2.5, 2.4, and that seemed like a big overpull there. I'm still on the drawing board. I should have played my Grizzly. I played it at mid thinking that it was 0.9 at max, but once again, if I'm playing with a 3 Powerball, I think it's 1.1 at mid. Dag nabbit. Let's see if we can get, let's see if we can pick up something on this last hole. Let's see if we can get this last LV. Alright. Now if you bring out a really big ball, you can try and get over to the other side, and I did that yesterday. But I think with a 3 Powerball, you can just end up right in this area right here. And I have no notes for the last hole. I'm saving it as just it's the surprise hole. Surprise! Extra mile. Not that ball. What ball do I have selected? That ball's not really going to help me. I'm just going to play it with a tight, which I have 3 of in stock. Alright. I suppose I could try and go for it, but I think with a 3 Powerball it's pretty difficult. You got to get your bounces just right. Just right. And I don't think that's going to happen. Down into that area right there, 3-7. It's like 2 rings. A good solid ring to the right. Whoa down, Cat Daddy. Whoa, whoa, whoa. What I did there was I put on Max Thompson and I put on 1 right-hand side spin because I wanted to ride this line because it's deeper down here than it is over here, and I wanted to try and get as much depth as I could. If you put on the right-hand side spin, when you hit on this hill, the hill is like this, and when you hit, it's going to really throw your ball to the right. So if you've got lower power stuff or lower level clubs, hitting on this hill and putting on a little bit of right side spin will throw your ball forward just a little bit, and you can get deeper. That's my opponent guy. Yeah, they're going for it. They're going for it. I think if you hit this just right, you catch it just right, you could get way up there, because you could get your bounces. So you got bounce number 1, bounce number 2, and if you could clear that, you could really get about halfway from where my opponent is to the cup, and then you're really in the catbird seat. There's Max. Summit Max Club. Max Thorn is 1.7. 3 divided by 1.7. It's like 1.94 rings. Can I do a backspin shot here? No. No. .94 rings. One 9-ish. Oh, that was anticipation. Anticipation. All right, picked up 3, dropped 1. ended up with 20. Not my finest round, but not my worst round ever. By any stretch of the imagination. I've had some weeks where you're like, I go out there and this is why I don't like to practice or qualify on Wednesdays in regular tournaments. You're kicking ass on Monday and you're really trying to tighten your notes up, and then Tuesday you go out and you're like, I didn't make that one shot, I'm going to wait until Wednesday because I can make that. And then Wednesday rolls around and then you fall apart like a cheap clock and don't qualify at all. It's like the John Daly thing. I went out drinking or something. Got all wasted, then went out there and tried to play. Nice. Go back and revisit exactly what my opponent did. That's perfect. Nice shot, my friend. All right, there you have it. That was my practice account to see. Now, there's several of the holes here that I do have notes for, and the notes worked out. So, but I really think in the weekend round we're going to have to pick up 5. So my goal is to try and pick up 5. So it's 18 is the minimum score. That's just getting an eagle on every hole. And I think we're going to have to pick up 5 on top of that. So minus 23, I think, is what we should be shooting for. I saw there was a minus 21 on my 77 account yesterday in that bracket, but I think as we tighten up as the week goes on, you're going to need to be in the 23 range to have any shot. And that's the thing about these brackets is there's always 1 or 2 people that are shooting like massive scores, so you really got to pop off a big round. All right, there we have it. I think I've got 3 or 4 of these holes. Like, if I could just hit perfect into the cup, I've got a pretty good shot at making them. So we will see as the week goes on. Thanks for watching. Thanks for being a subscriber. If you're not a subscriber, hit subscribe, hit the like button, ring the bell. Hey, if you made it all the way to this point in the video, come on. It helps with the algorithm with YouTube, and it's always good for the channel. I appreciate everybody out there. Stay safe and have fun, my friends, and we'll see you next time.